Well, hello. Welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today is a pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. And on this pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things, we have stuff and things to talk about, such as upcoming videos, things that you can look forward to on Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays. We have some packages, one from a company, one from a viewer, I think. And I'm going to open them on this Sunday Stuff and Things. One of the packages, I'm pretty sure I know what it is, or actually, I know exactly what it is. The other one, I have no idea. So you'll be finding out just when I do. Hopefully it's not anthrax or anything strange. I don't think it will be. Hopefully it's something cool. We also are going to talk a little bit about clickbait, titling videos, the YouTube algorithm, things that I've been sort of figuring out or experimenting with. And then, of course, we have your questions in hashtag #AskStuffandThings. Thanks for sending those in. So let's get started. All right, upcoming videos, things that you can look forward to. This coming week, on Wednesday, on Stuff and Things, we will be having the first impressions video for Robert McConnell, Scottish Cake. This was a highly requested blend for review several weeks back when I asked for your vote on which blend I would be reviewing next. McConnell Scottish Cake was one of the 9 that I showed you, 8 or 9, I can't really remember. You voted for Esoterica Tabaciana Stonehaven. That was the #1 choice. That review posted last week and did not get very many views actually, which is kind of interesting. This was the runner-up. And maybe it's going to get more views. I'm wondering if maybe because Stonehaven is so hard to get, people didn't watch their video. But we're going to get into that a little bit too when I talk about the YouTube algorithm and clickbait and all that stuff, because there are things that I'm noticing lately. But I just recorded the initial first impressions video for McConnell Scottish Cake. That will be posting this Wednesday. Please look forward to it. I think I was kind of surprised by what I was getting from that blend. It's not exactly what I was expecting. Then of course on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday's afternoon, Monday, Wednesday, Friday afternoon on Stuff and Things Plays, the Valheim series is continuing. I'm very much enjoying playing that game, and I know quite a few of you are very much enjoying, well, some of you, and I appreciate those of you who are very much enjoying that series. And then coming up, it will be the week after this coming week, we will have the first 1-month update from the 9-month guitar challenge. Last month, around the first of the month, or around the first of this month, I posted the first video talking about how I was going into this very enthusiastic period where I was really going to be studying guitar, working on guitar, practicing guitar every day. And I did a first video where I kind of showed you what my current skill level is at guitar. I've basically been in this sort of intermediate player plateau for a very long time, and I'm trying to break out of that. And so I kind of showed off, well, I don't know if a showed off is the right word. I showed you what I could do on guitar, which isn't much, told you what I was going to be working on for the coming month, and I have been diligently working on those things every single day. I have practiced every single day since doing that video. I think I had a goal of practicing a half an hour every day, but I've definitely been practicing more than a half an hour every day. Usually it's around 45 minutes, sometimes an hour. So I'm definitely seeing some improvement, maybe not as much as I like in every area, but it's been interesting. And not this coming week, but the week after, we will have the 1-month update. And I think I'm gonna do a 1-month update, or I will do an update every month. So there should be 9 videos, 10 videos by the end of this series, the 9-month guitar challenge. So check that out for sure. I think it's going to be interesting. And if any of you were sort of following along or kind of getting back into guitar, practicing, things like that, you might find it useful. I mentioned box openings or package openings, and I've got a couple things here. I was able to get by my P.O. box the other day and pick some things up. This is something, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. It is from a company called Nomad. And I believe we've reviewed a Nomad product before. They make things like journals and notebooks. They contacted me recently and said that they had a couple products they wanted to send me and asked if I would do a review. I said, why not? Now these notebooks are, I think they're gonna be kind of weird, kind of interesting. Let's take a look here. Oh, that's bigger than I thought. I will show you in a minute, don't worry. I'm hoping they included some sort of packing list. Doesn't seem like they did. Maybe this will tell me exactly what these products are, because I can't remember the exact name. I think there are some names on here. We'll see. So what they sent me are 2 leather journals. Are these exactly the same? I can't tell. Sorry about all the plastic crinkling. There are desiccants inside here as well. We need to get rid of that. But I know many of you have been looking for some more journal reviews lately, notebooks and things like that. And I just hadn't gotten any recently. So now that we have, we will definitely be checking these out. Wow, these are beefy. Okay, so does this have it on here? Vintage leather. No, that's just generic. All right, look at these things. My Lord. Okay, there's some foam or something in here. Oh, okay. That's weird. All right. Look at that. That is a big old beefy leather journal, and it looks like it was made, you know, in the 14th century or something. It's like a codex. Look at the edges of these pages here. Very cool, antiqued looking pages, and then this has this leather thong that holds it open with a key on the end. This isn't necessarily something that would be my style. Oh, and it looks like you can push the key through here. So you can sort of lock your journal closed. Like I said, this isn't exactly something that would be my style, but I could definitely see how it would appeal to people. I mean, if you're gonna, I don't know, do some sort of Renaissance fair or medieval recreation, or you really like the Lord of the Rings or anything like that, this is just a really interesting journal. Oh wow, look at these pages. This is crazy. Look at that. That's actually really cool. In spite of myself, I'm finding this very cool. And that's not to say that I thought this product would be dumb or anything, but it was just something I was like, I don't know if that's something that I would carry around with me. But this feels like vellum or something. I mean, I know it's paper. Wow, but it feels really thick. It has a really interesting texture to it. And obviously, if you just look at the kind of the staining and everything on the pages and then the edges of the pages, it just looks like a super old antique journal. But the thing is, it's blank. It's ready for you to fill out. And it really does feel like cloth pages in a way. Obviously, when I do research on these products, I'll be able to determine, all I can smell is leather, whether or not this is cloth or paper, but that's really interesting. So this one, what do they say on here? This is the Leatherbound Journal, Book of Shadows Journal. I can't tell which one is which. There's Burnt Decal Edge, Vintage Paper, Handmade Leatherbound Journal, Book of Shadows Journal. Other one says Antiqued Handmade Decal Edge Vintage Paper, Leatherbound Journal, Book of Shadows Journal. Do they both have keys? No. So one has a key, one doesn't. Maybe that's the difference. But you got your leather thong with the key on the end, and you can wrap that up and wrap it around. So that's one. The next one, I'm assuming, is not going to be too different other than the way that it closes. There's just the thong with no key on it, which would probably be my preference. The key might be a little dangly. And I guess this doesn't have the same kind of flap, like this folds over with the thong and there's a flap. This one is just like a book. There's just the cover with the thong, and it has similar paper. This actually has more of kind of a yellow tint to it. But again, very interesting aging process. This one actually does look like the edges have been kind of burnt, whereas this one does not. But yeah, they're both really interesting. They're not super heavy. These pages don't feel really dense, even though I think there are quite a few pages here. I don't know exactly how many pages there are in each of these, but I will definitely be checking these out soon, giving you guys an overview/review of these Nomad journals. They're available on Amazon, as far as I know. I'm sure they're available elsewhere as well, but for the most part, I think Amazon would probably be the best way to grab these. So there you go. 2 journals, which I will be checking out later. Now I've got some like leather dust all over my table. Let me clean this up and we'll open the next package. Okay, next we have a box. It is from Abbey Road in the UK. And I'm not sure exactly who this is from. Hold on. M. Scott from Abbey Road in the UK. So quite cool. I don't know exactly what this is. I'm trying to rack my mind to know, okay, was there like an Instagram message or a Twitter message or something where someone told me that they were going to be sending me something? Not that I can remember offhand, but let's just see what we've got here. Where does this actually open? It is so well packaged that I can't figure out how to open it. Maybe it's here. I'll just cut all the seams and see what happens. Ah, I found a flap. Okay, we got it. Opening said package. Oh, look, there's a letter. Interesting, says to Bradley. Let's open it up. Inside, we have a nicely handwritten note. This is from Matthew in, oh, it's not Abbey Road in London. It is, it's hard to make that out. Basingstoke, Hampshire. Dear Bradley, as promised. Oh, okay, yes, we have spoken. As promised, please find enclosed 50 grams of Germain's brown flake. I hope it comes to you in good condition. Many thanks for all the great content over the years. Kind regards, Matthew. P.S. Please feel free to get in touch when you need some more. Wow. Well, thank you, Matthew. I remember our exchange. I just couldn't remember when I saw the name on the package. It just didn't connect. But thank you so much. Matthew very, very generously offered to get me some, oh, wow. Ah, there's a bunch of paper in here. I did not realize it was going to be an actual jar, though, too. I think maybe he reminded me of that, but I've forgotten. So he's got a jar with a pouch. You can't really find the Germain blends in pouches in the US. I mean, you can't really find the Germain blends at all in the US. It's very difficult. But let me just get some of this packing paper out of here. Thank you, Matthew. That was very cool, very generous of you. Let me just contain the packaging materials. Oh, Lord. Okay. Hold on. Okay. We've got a nice canning jar, and inside a nice pouch. There's like nothing on it other than anti-smoking messages and stuff, but there is something here that says Germain's brown flake in a pouch. It is, says here 100 grams. Oh no, it's 32 pounds for 100 grams, so I'm assuming it's 50 grams. Very, very cool. So he got it at a shop in Penwortham, Preston, all right, on Liverpool Road. So thank you very much, Matthew. That was quite generous, and I will definitely be looking forward to trying this Germain's brown flake later. So, I haven't titled this video yet, but I'm toying with the idea of giving it a kind of clickbaity title. And if I did, I do apologize, but hopefully I picked something that sort of had something to do with the content of this video. And the reason I did it, if I did do it, is because I've been noticing, especially lately, the fact that the YouTube algorithm really seems to be focusing on clickbait. And people have been talking about this forever. You know, that if you have something clickbaity, YouTube is more likely to show it to people, even if they're subscribers. So that's definitely not anything new. but especially like the last couple months, I've been noticing. For example, I posted a video, I guess it was 2-3 weeks ago. The title was Dealing with Heartache, and that got quite a few views for a Sunday Stuff and Things video. The video after that, I guess it was the last Sunday Stuff and Things, I just titled it One of My Favorite Bands. That got 1/4 of the views of the Dealing with Heartache video. And that seems pretty clear-cut to me. You know, we have a very dedicated audience. Most people are very loyal. They watch the Sunday Stuff and Things every single week. To get 4 times the views on a video that has a kind of clickbaity title, I mean, I didn't intend it to be a clickbaity title, but looking back on it, I can see, oh, saying Dealing with Heartache, maybe people thought that something had happened in my life. It was about a question that somebody had asked on #askstuffandthings. So for the most part, I try to avoid clickbait. I try to avoid anything that's, I guess, just disingenuine, anything that is trying to trick people into watching my videos. That's not the kind of channel I have. It's not the kind of channel I want to have. So I just wanted to see if this was some sort of like fluke, if it was a one-off. So having a video with a lot of views with a title that could be construed as clickbait, and then having a video with 1/4 of those views that just has a normal video title. If the next week I put a video up that has a sort of clickbaity title, is it going to be shown to more people? Especially because most of the people who watch my videos are subscribers. So I'm curious about this. We're gonna see what happens, and then I will get back to you. I'm also curious to hear from you if you watch the Sunday Stuff and Things based on the title, or do you just watch them every single week as a matter of course? And I think there might be some sort of confirmation bias, because the people who are most likely to respond to that question are probably the people who would watch regardless of what the title is. But I'm very curious about this because, you know, when you're trying to figure out what you're doing on YouTube, everything is very opaque. It's kind of this weird alchemy where you're sort of, you know, grasping at shadows, trying to figure out what's going on. And it would be interesting data for me to have. That doesn't mean that I'll be like, hey, now every single video will be like, you won't believe what happens next, or anything like that. But I'm just curious. I want to know, is YouTube not showing videos to my subscribers unless the title meets some sort of algorithmic gate or something that it can go through for, like, oh, this is something that people might watch based on the title? Very curious. So we're gonna check this out. I haven't decided what I'm gonna call this video yet, but we shall see. All right, gang, now it is time for #AskStuffandThings. Remember, if you have a question for me and you would like it answered on the Sunday Stuff and Things, tweet at SAT Bradley with the #AskStuffandThings, and I will do my best to answer your question on the next Sunday Stuff and Things. You can also leave me comments on YouTube videos. I try to wade through those and see if there are any questions there. And if you are a Patreon supporter, you can ask me questions on there as well. First, via Twitter, we have a question from Dapper Dan at Orion Cloned. Dapper Dan says, T, what's with the T abbreviation? I thought we've talked about this before, but that's basically, you know, talking about YouTube, talking about the algorithm and all that stuff. If you use the T word, T being TOBACCO, your video will get demonetized. And the next question kind of has to do with that as well. I miss having a pipe with you. This is from Eric Furman, sorry, at Eric Furman. I miss having a pipe with you during the Sunday Stuff and Things. Is there a reason you stopped having a pipe on the Sunday show, and will it return? Basically what happened, it was a few months ago, YouTube has gotten to the point where if you just show a pipe on the video, it will be immediately demonetized, and often it will be age restricted. So I got to the point where I just had to say, I have to have one video at least a week that I can actually have monetized and not be age restricted. So the Sunday Stuff and Things is going to be that video, and it has been for quite some time. We have our videos like first impressions videos, reviews, and things like that, which I don't even bother trying to monetize, and those ones often get age restricted as well. That's just kind of the way it is now. But I do have to have at least one video a week that I can monetize and can have ads on. And so the dreaded T word, even the shape of a pipe being seen on your screens is enough to get a video demonetized and often age restricted. And then when they're demonetized and age restricted, nobody sees them, or hardly anybody sees them, because YouTube doesn't try to put them in front of any eyes. So that's the answer to that. Thanks for the questions. Next, via YouTube and Randy Roberts, they say, this is an interesting question. I'm not exactly sure what you mean by this. So I guess I'm asking, or I'm trying to answer this to maybe get more feedback from you in comments if you're watching this. Randy asks, can I use regular tea in my pipe? And by regular, I don't know what you mean. Do you mean non-pipe tea? Because to me, regular tea in a pipe would be pipe tea. But if you mean something else, I would say you probably should only keep pipe tea in your tea pipe. With the euphemism game here. Next from GK Hannah 74. And this is in reference to Germain, Esoterica Tabakiana Stonehaven. I was saying that I had detected some sort of topping, but I couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was. So I said, no added flavoring detected, but I suspected there was something. They say it is flavored with treacle. I called Germain and asked them about the topping a few years ago, and they told me this. So that's cool to know. It's kind of annoying. I've tried to write Germain several times and ask them questions about blends, because it would be great to have information from the manufacturer, from the horse's mouth itself. They have yet to respond, and I think maybe it's just the nature of their business. I think they're a very, very old business, and I don't know that they're checking emails very often, but anyway, maybe I should actually try to call them. Maybe that would work better. Next, we have a question from AZ via YouTube. What's your favorite burly tea? And I would like to recommend a review of Ashton. I'm assuming you mean Gold Rush, but you said Hold Rush. Probably Gold Rush. Favorite burly tea? I might have to say Solani Aged Burly Flake, or I think it's Aged Burly Flake. I haven't had it in a while though, so I kind of need to refresh my memory. I used to really love Peterson Irish Flake, but it seems to have changed a little bit. I don't know if it's still up there for me, but I do need to get another tin of Solani and check that out. That could probably be my favorite burly blend. It's quite tasty. Check my review if you haven't seen it yet. Next, from Thomas Webb. Thomas requests a deep Southern accent. Train. All right, I think it's almost gone. Thomas says, in a deep Southern accent, Bradley, that's so horrible. Do you know anything about Zorr pipes? I'd never heard of them, but I picked up one recently, very cheap. But it's a beautiful walnut pipe, and so far smokes really well. I am thrilled with it. Zorr pipes. I have never had any experience with one myself. I have seen them, what was that, on like GQ's site and a few other European websites, so I'm assuming maybe they're a European brand. I haven't really seen them on American sites at all, so if any of you in Europe or the UK know anything more about them, let Thomas and myself know. But yeah, I've seen them, but have never had any experience with them. And as far as I could see, they weren't listed on any American sites, but they may be, just not something that I've come across. But thank you for the question. Thank you all for the questions. And now it is time for the very best part of the show, and that is where we thank our Patreon supporters. Every week, we like to shout out those who support us on Patreon at $25 or more a month. It is much appreciated. It helps pay for the lights here, the camera there, the light up there that was shining on my freshly buzzed head yesterday. Blends that I get for review, other products that I want to check out and show you on the channel. It is much appreciated. And if you would like to support us on Patreon, there is a link in the description below. But this week, we would like to thank Kirk Crompton, Private Eye, Glenn, Jason Buckner, Jen O'Side, John Leone, Krisztian Kovacs, Joshua Jackson, Gloria Phillips, Ryan McFadin, Matt Marino, and Joe Heaphy. But let's not forget the Maniacs, the crazy people who support the channels at $100 a month. People like Peter Straub, Bob Magee, and David Gaudreau. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do stuff. The like thing, hit that thing, share the things, the video things, comment on them. All that good stuff for the YouTube algorithm in the sky is much appreciated. We love hearing your comments and questions as well for the hashtag #AskSundayStuffAndThings portion of the show. Remember, First Impressions video of Robert McConnell Scottish Cake will be premiering this Wednesday. We also, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, have our Valheim series continuing on Stuff and Things Plays. We will soon be having an update for the 9-month guitar journey series, but until then, until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things on a pleasant Sunday, Stuff and Things. I'll see you later. Can't talk.